Good morning. Thanks for joining us on Rise Positive Birth Stories. I'm here with Wendy, who is going to be talking about her birth with Eva.
Hello, good morning. My name is Wendy and she's Eva. Want to say hi, Eva, to everybody? Hello. Well, I'm a midwife, so that's part interesting. How midwife delivery, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Eva is my second baby. I had a first delivery in 2015, a boy. His name is Marco, and it was an emergency section because the position that he got in the tummy wasn't right. And during labor, we were stuck, and we found out that it was a face presentation. So basically, the baby had to come with the head here. She was like there, and it didn't want any intention to come from down, so we need to go. And when I fell pregnant again with my second one, we found out that it was a baby girl, so a daughter. We were so happy, and I was so keen and decided to go for VBAC, which is like a natural birth after cesarean section. As a midwife, I see daily like case of VBAC, very positive, very successful, so I say yes, that's what I want. And so during my pregnancy, I started basically to be active. I did my exercise. I joined like a swimming class, basically for pregnant lady only. I joined a group of doulas. That's why I also meet Jasmine and another lady. And we wrote also a book during my pregnancy all together, and we will talk maybe later on. And well, when the day due, the day was arriving, like she was due on the 11th of November, but from the first very beginning of November, I started some contraction on and on, some preparation of delivery. So every night I was, oh yes, maybe that's the night that we're going to labor. I was so happy. And then I was 39 weeks, and I was got an appointment with my doctor. I had contractions since the early morning, but you know that they are not the right one. They are very short. I went to see my doctor, and the doctor asked me if I would like to do the membrane sweep.
Okay.
And it was basically the only intervention that I had in all the pregnancy. So the doctor, she did a membrane sweep for me, and during that I went home, and in the afternoon basically started contraction. And the funny story is that the contraction started at 5:30, the real one. I was admitted to the hospital at 5:30 as well, PM, in the afternoon. The same as her brother. Even with her brother, set up contraction. Remember the first examination with contraction 5:30. So they were quite similar this way. My kids, they want to go in the afternoon after lunch, after digestion. We can go in labor and we can start.
Okay.
Yeah, and in this pregnancy, I wanted a lot of people with me during delivery, which it was strange. With Marco, with my first one, I decided only me, my husband, our birth plan, with the hypnobirthing. I didn't want anyone in the room, only one midwives. No doctor, no other people. With this one, basically, more people can come in. For me, it was fine. I really needed support. So when I went in labor, I had my midwife, my colleagues, and other two midwives came from home. Okay, they are two of my closest friends here, and they asked me, want us to come? And they said, yes, please. And also another doula came. This is also my friend. Her name is Gabi, and
So
she came.
You had the two friends and your doula.
Yes. And my husband, don't forget my husband, the real support. Yeah, basically it was a party inside. I remember that when I arrived in the hospital, I was still at the beginning of labor. So if you want to know by mathematics, I was only 3 centimeters open, let's say that.
Okay.
And when they checked me a few hours later, they found that I was in the same position, same centimeters. There was no dilatation, but the baby head was going down. At this moment, I was a little bit, sad, stressed. Oh, see, I'm still 3. I had cesarean section when it was 3 centimeters, so everything stopped, and I was feeling like a little bit demotivated, like that. And
that's the thing with knowing the numbers.
It's true. Yeah. But I know that my body was doing something, but when the number is, my midwife mind came like, okay, Wendy, what's happening now? Why you stop? And your rational mind and let's say negative mind came across.
Okay.
And that's when we stopped for a while. It was so weird because the contraction actually stopped for a little bit. They became
at that point, a
little bit, yeah. And with my doula, she understood the situation. And she take out like the oracle card. Can you believe that?
Yeah. No.
So in labor we play like that, and she take out some oracle card regarding labor and delivery. So I was sitting in bed. I still got a picture of me like with a crossing leg like that, with this kind of card and games with my doula.
Okay.
And actually the card were very positive, and they give a lot of like, yes, you can do it.
Yeah.
After that, my husband, another one that he understood what's going on. During pregnancy, we make like a playlist of music and song for the delivery itself.
Yeah.
And what my husband did, he go online on the computer, on the PC, and he found out all the words for the sing. So basically, we do karaoke in labor. So now every contraction you sing, and when you got the contraction, you stop. And by karaoke, by moving, by mobilizing, and everything. Finally, I remember that I was in bed. I was squatting in bed.
Okay.
And I hear pop.
Okay.
What is this? The pop, the water break, and it was so strange because even my husband say everything was so silent in the room. You were just doing your vocalization, and then suddenly with this pop noise, and a lot of water came out. And it was I think around 11:30 in the evening.
Okay.
At the time.
So you're 6 hours later now.
6 hours, 11:30 in the evening. And after the good contraction came, and my friend say, okay, we can go to the pool now if you really want to deliver in the pool. And I say, yes, please. But the birth is my desire, so we want to try to do that. I've been to the pool, which I was alone. I didn't want my husband to think to go in the pool. The pool is mine. It's my space. I want to be alone. And in the pool, I tried different positions. I was comfortable, basically normal squatting with one is up and one is down. And
kind of like a proposal position.
Proposal position.
Yeah,
exactly the proposal position. The one. It was amazing.
Okay.
And I remember that at some point, because nobody checked me when I broke in the water, so I was thinking about, I'm still 3 centimeters, maybe it's not time to push, maybe I'm feeling to push because the baby is not in the right position. So bad memories from my previous birth came out, I was thinking there is something not going on, and I'm pushing for no reason. I remember that I told to my midwife, you need to check me because I don't think I'm fully, I think that we are wasting our time, I think I'm gonna to die, I want to leave out the pool. I will call for an epidural, because I remember that word, because it will take about 30 minutes to come here. I will die in 30 minutes. I just remember.
Sounds very much like transition.
It was exactly that. My friend was, Wendy, you know what is this kind of face now? What's happening now? I said, no, it's not transition. I remember I told her, it's like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna to die now. That's what I say. Okay. I remember that my husband basically take my hand, take me. We got amazing picture about that. So they make a picture exactly in this moment, and it says to me, just stop the mind, let your body do the work. Okay. And I will look at him like, are you my husband, really? Are you my husband?
It was not words you normally hear from him.
Yeah. Okay. So I remember that I stand up from the pool, and after when I went down, my friend told me, touch you. And I was like, touch what? Because I'm sure. And I felt the head. Oh. So at this moment, I just, the pain, I cannot explain, the pain completely disappeared. Okay. It was only, I need to push out the baby. Okay. And it was amazing. She just came out.
It was like a shift in focus.
Yeah, shift in focus. Now, okay, baby's here. I need to go. I want to see her. I really want to see her. Okay. So I was pushing my baby out. In less than 3 pushes, she was out already. Wow. I catch her from the water. Great. She had a cord around the neck. And I just basically remove the cord.
And she takes, of course, a little bit more time to cry, but that's normal with a water baby, because they are both like very gentle, very smooth. You need to understand that, wait a moment, you are no more in the tummy anymore. And I put her on the breast with the skin contact, and I stay with her in the water for about 3/4 minutes. Okay. And after I was feeling a little bit cold, so I decided to go out. Mm-hmm. Baby and placenta was still attached, and they stayed together for about 1.5 hours after birth, even 2 hours. Okay. And after I decided to basically cut the cord and clamp, and we delivered the placenta, but she was really inside still.
The placenta was inside for that whole time? Mm-hmm. Ah, okay.
That was the only complication that I had in birth. Okay. Yeah.
Because usually it would come out much sooner.
Much sooner. But I wasn't bleeding, I was totally fine. The doctor at this moment arrived, and no worries at all.
Okay.
After we clamp the cord, they give some medication just to take the placenta out because it's very important that they spread out, otherwise you can have infection, hemorrhage, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon they give me the meds, placenta went out, and that's all. Yeah. And she was already on the breast. Basically, as soon we went out from the pool, we go to the bed, they dry me up, and she was already eating for the first time. 15 minutes after birth. And she's still eating lunch on the breast. It's the moment. She's keep eating every time.
Good.
Yeah, the experience was great because really the feeling that you got after you deliver, like, and you did it after the second section was amazing.
Yeah.
Plus, my dream to have like a waterbirth was so good, you know, and I can really feel the difference because online you cannot do this kind of position because it's very difficult. It's very difficult to squat, but to keep the position for a long time without feeling joint pain, ribs pain, it's very hard.
Yeah.
So if you really want like a smooth delivery, like something like different, but really like a lot, I really recommend waterbirth.
Really? Oh, that's amazing. How did you prepare for this one specifically? Like, how did you prepare for your VBAC? Did you do different things?
The first things, well, it sounds like a kind of crazy, but if I had a patient in labor with VBAC, I said, can I assist her? Can I stay with her?
Okay.
I want to see the strength of the women. I want to focus on the positive experience. And also when the things are not going, for example, in the way that you would like to go. For example, you had a patient with VBAC that you need to go again for a cesarean session, for a elective session, for any reason. I really like the way that they prepare themselves, they cope with that, and I really like to help them, okay, to have like a positive experience even about what's happening and what's going on.
Yeah.
And another things, I read a lot of books, and most of them like in Italian, because I think that when you're like in pregnancy, you really want to focus sometimes on your mother tongue.
Okay.
And it's much easier to keep some in your hands, and we got some amazing books also in Italy as well.
Okay.
And other things, I talk a lot. I remember that the doula that she was with me on the labor, can we say the name?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, she had a back as well. So I went out with her for a coffee, just tell me your story, tell me about your feelings. And also another one that had a back is my father's girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, then she had the first cesarean session for breech, and after she had a VBAC a
Okay.
few years later, and she told exactly what's happening. So I want to do like you. I say so.
Yeah.
Paola, I want to be like you. I said to her,
Yeah.
and positive story regarding body preparation. With the first pregnancy, I did hypnobirthing class and hypnobirthing training.
Okay.
With the CD members, she got my CD, so I was listening on stuff like that.
For the second one, you were listening to the tracks from when you were
tracks.
trained.
I
Okay.
didn't do the course again.
Okay.
Basically, it wasn't because I didn't have time. With working, full-time working mother, it's so difficult. I need to be focused for 3 weekends in a row, so I can't do that.
Okay.
But I found a group here in Dubai that they were doing like aquatic lesson, basically gym for the women in the water. And it was amazing because really you connect yourself in the water element. And I know that in this pregnancy I was looking for the water a lot.
Okay.
So every free time I was in the pool, every free time I was in the sea, I was always with the water. Like the water is calling me, something crazy, strange.
Well, it feels nice because it's a bit weightless and you feel more range somehow of motion.
And also in terms of relaxation, when you're under the water, your mind will go directly when you were in your womb. So the way that the sounds are in the water, the way that you feel in the water is already a way that you come down, relaxing down. Of course, if you're not afraid of that is an amazing thing when you want to basically the ground of focus, even during the contraction. I remember one of the contraction, I put my face down like that.
In the water. Okay.
Just to.
And even in the aqua class, they have you practice with that, with your face in the water.
Yes.
I think, Okay.
In this kind of class, they're doing this kind of, they call the arch, basically they're doing the breathing exercise in the water, under the water. Just help you to focus when you got contraction and to breathe. Remember, the breath is life.
Yeah.
And breathing properly is the thing that really helps in labor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there anything you were apprehensive about or kind of worried about?
Well,
Not sure about.
I wasn't worried at all about uterine doctor, honestly speaking, because even the kids that was in the hospital, they came out with a very good outcome, and so I know that in case any problem, I can go to operation theater, and there's no risk about that. The only thing I was worried about it was let's talk about midwife thinks, show the dystocia, what's happening if the baby come out and no.
Yeah.
And the more thing that I was worried about was hemorrhage after birth.
Okay.
That's the only thing that's keeping me worried. But apart of that, so maybe that's why the placenta stayed inside for a long time because it was my worry, right?
That could be, yeah. Interesting. What do you think helped you the most?
I think I have a lot of people with me in labor unit.
Okay.
Really, they helped me a lot. Gabby, the doula, helps me a lot. My husband helps me a lot. My friends that came from home, they will do massage to my back. They will guide me with the voice all the way around, and really helps a lot.
Okay.
So I know that this year with the pandemic it was so difficult and people in the room. I was lucky that I delivered in November. My baby was like in between the waves. Okay. It was like at the end of the second one and before the third one started. So we were a little bit more relaxed and so on.
Okay.
But I think that what really helps me it was to decide what kind of people I want to have like in labor units.
Mm-hmm.
And also I make some visual board to basically apply on the wall with the people that I love most that see again I want to be them.
Okay.
So I put a picture of my stepmother, I put a picture of my guru, Odent, Barbara Harper, Angelina Martinez. They are basically midwives and doctors that really believes in women.
Yeah.
I put my Reiki staff because I'm a Reiki practitioner as well. So if you practice Reiki, we put our symbols to basically attract the good energy and everything. And basically that's all. Aromatherapy helps. The clear stage that can help you with the smooth contraction, but after got a lot of lavender, rose oil that will help you to the acceptance of the mother role, So everything like that. And what I suggest to the mother is when you prepare your hospital bag, put something that you want in your room, put music, put aromatherapy, put a picture, bring something at home that to make the room, hospital room familiar with you, because we like a lot in labor, yes, a lot.
Okay.
Otherwise, hospital room, even if they're very fancy, they're always hospital rooms, so
yeah, it still feels different. It's not your own environment. Mm-hmm. What surprised you the most?
Well, for me it was like when they asked me try to touch you down and they touched the head of the baby.
Yeah.
For me it was like, oh God, we are here, we did it, I did it. And when I take it from the water and I put it, at the beginning I was shocked, like what's happening? She's here, really she's here? Yeah. And I just look at my husband and I remember that I said, we did it, we just did it, and it was,
What a moment.
Yeah, it was like, I was feeling like super now. And I was happy because as a midwife, I see this kind of feeling on the face of the women mainly daily.
Yeah.
And when I had my cesarean section with the first one, I was a little bit upset why I had a section, why on me, that's I want to achieve that.
Yeah.
And even if the session that I did with my son was amazing because I had a natural session, even in an emergency, we did lotus birth, we did put the baby in skin to skin directly in operation theater. So the only thing that I miss, we can say, is the pushes, let's say that. But still, the feeling that you did it is something amazing, I cannot describe it. So I was so happy. I was like, you got this kind of adrenaline, citizen level, like up to here, you will not sleep for 3 days after.
Oh, really? Yeah, I've heard that a few times now in these interviews.
Yeah,
kind of on a different level for a few days.
That's true. I think the first night you just observe your baby like, oh, how I did it, how it was so cute,
Yeah.
The second night they wake up for feeding, every 30 minutes basically. The third night finally you can sleep, but from now you get used to that, so you are a little bit more awake than usual.
Yeah. Hopefully. Do you have other advice for women?
Well, the advice for women, the first one is to believe in themselves. That's the most important thing. Trust your body always. Your body gets you pregnant, your body supports you in pregnancy, and your body will help you in delivery. And even if you need to go for operation, your body still helps you to go for a major surgery and to recover. So always believe and trust your body that you do. Trust in yourself, really. Because most of the women in labor, they say, I can do it, but we know that you can do it.
Yeah.
And we'll see. And prepare also not only the bag and the stuff that you want to bring to the hospital, so like for example clothes or diaper or maternity pad or like I say books, CD, music like that. but also make the list of the people that you want in the living room with you. For example, we always say your partner can come, but if your partner doesn't like birth, you will faint with blood, or for example, you got a negative attitude in the phone, for example, you want a VBAC, like, and your partner really is not agree with that, just think about, okay, maybe you can stay, but have a backup plan. You can be like your friend, your doula, another one, so come and doing. So be surrounded by positive people around you. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the most important things.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for joining us and sharing with us.
Thank you.
She's passed out now.
Asleep now.
Yeah.
She still doesn't like the word captive cord. Because with the first one we decided to do lotus birth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically the cord fell off 7 days. But
Okay.
with this one we decided to do only when we were in delivery unit, fortunately our birth, and I
Okay.
took her because I found very complicated with the
So
cord,
carry
the
it
cats,
around.
the baby. I got the other 5 years old at home, and I can figure myself, don't touch the placenta.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a little bit early because unfortunately my placenta doesn't want to come out, but
Yeah.
still, we did at least for almost 2 hours you got your placenta touched, so all the blood came.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Great. Thanks so much.
Thank you.